welcome back to my channel. It's Champagne. Welcome back if you've been here, and Karibu Sana if this is your first time. So I kind of posted on my Instagram that I'm a bit nervous about doing this vlog, that I would be answering some of your, sorry, I'm trying to rotate my thing. There we go. Okay. I would be answering some of your questions on mommyhood, how it's been, what it's been like. I'm really nervous about this one. Oh, but let me get to your questions. So, okay. Let me start with the first one. How has the journey been so far? The journey has been completely awesome, but not always awesome. It's been a bit hard, a bit stressful. It's been a bit scary, but it's fulfilling. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, not every day is a good day, but the days that are good are really good, and there are tough days. There are days you're just, I can't, there are days that are exciting when she hits a new milestone. There are days that are just meh. So I guess the journey has been a roller coaster. So many emotions, so much going on, and so much pushing for me in terms of personal growth, achievements, things I want to do, uh, mindset shift, definitely. Priorities have changed. So the journey has been transformational for me as well. What's the hardest part of being a mom? Oh dear. The hardest part is mom guilt. Uh, like when I can't be here at home all the time because obviously I work. When I can't be at home, sometimes I feel really guilty. If she's sick and there's nothing I can do about it, those things like really bug me right now. I feel like, you know, sometimes I wish I could be a stay-at-home mom. Not always. Sometimes, like, I wish I could stay at home with her all the time. And when she's sick, I just want to kind of just take the pain, give it to me, I'll do it. For me, those are the hardest parts of being a mom. Did you feel like you lost yourself in motherhood? Whew. Yes, definitely. For a long time, it was hard for me to like find my bearings on what I liked. I'm still there, you know, finding your bearings on what you used to like and coming back to it. Trying to make sure your whole identity isn't being a mother, although your whole heart is being a mother. Um, Feeling like you're this new person. I saw a quote that says that when a child is born, it's not just the child who's born, the mother is born again as well. And I feel like there's this whole new person, and I'm just trying to figure her out now and figure out what her aches are, what she likes, and just to come back to myself. Yeah, I guess that answers that. What was postpartum like? Did you have postpartum depression? Phew, postpartum is the ghetto. Postpartum was so weird because there's all these hormones, and I couldn't like place why I was feeling the way I was feeling. I mean, I have this beautiful child. Why am I crying of sadness? Of course, it was really overwhelming, especially when she wouldn't sleep, and then you can't sleep, and you're really sleepy. Postpartum is a ghetto. I mean, whew, when I think about it, I'm just getting like almost out of it, so it's still a bit raw. It's still hard. It's really tough because your baby is adjusting, and so are you. You're adjusting to this person being here, so that adjustment can take a toll on you. Of course, your body has all these hormones. Your body shape has changed. Breastfeeding appetite ni appetite ya mjengo. You know, your clothes don't fit, you have to buy these clothes. sleep when the baby sleeps works sometimes, but not always. Because your mind is like wired on, I need to clean the house, I need to do my clothes, and all that stuff. So postpartum can be a really hard time, especially if you don't have a support system. I'm so thankful I did. So get a support system if you're like in the postpartum phase, definitely, and get help. Yeah. Toxic things that are said to a new mom. We did it, so you should do it too. Let me hold the baby. I think it varies from person to person. What might be okay for me might not be toxic for someone else. But just don't tell someone who's just had a baby to snap out of it if they're sad or if they're overwhelmed, or just be thankful you have a baby. I mean, because like I said, postpartum is really tough. So just be wary and give a mother grace when she's just had a baby. Your birth and delivery story. Woo! Well, uh, I'll just say my daughter was supposed to come on the 13th, and she pooped, so I had to have an emergency C-section. She came in early, she came on the 5th, and that is my birth and delivery story, like in summary. Yeah, it's kind of traumatic, especially C-section, a whole surgery, going in and not knowing if you wake up and be able to meet your child, but who is God, so faithful. I woke up, I met my daughter, and recovery is tough, but I'll just say God is faithful. Because man, especially when I was going into surgery, I was like, so many mommies die at C-sections. I was really scared. It's really emotional, but like I'm gonna keep saying God is faithful, because she pooped. She was like breathing her poop in my belly. This child. Anyway, so I not me about to cry. Yeah, but anyway, she's here, she's alive, and God is faithful. Do you ever feel guilty about some of the things you do? Yes. It occurred to me recently that I haven't changed my wardrobe in a long time, because I always make sure my daughter has new clothes, new things, toiletries, everything. So I remember going to buy palazzo pants and feeling horrible, because I was like, oh my god, this is money I should be using to buy my daughter stuff. Started, oh yeah, and I felt like super guilty. So it's a process. I also felt very guilty the first time I had to leave the house. Not even just like to work, just to go for an outing with my friends. It was horrible. I had to keep calling home and being like, is she okay? Is she okay? Is she okay? And not to mention the first day I went to work, whew, man, I cried. Like I straight up cried. I was just like, I can't do this. I was like, I need to go back home. This is not working for me. But with time, I'd say it gets easier, and it gets better. But I've learned how to like deal and work through my guilt, and now I'm doing it for her. When did you start weaning? Um, can I say every mommy is different with this? Because some mommies start early, some mommies exclusively breastfeed for 6 months, some mommies, every mommy is different. For me, I wanted to like wean because of, the advice. It's your first baby. So I weaned for 6 months. But I started like introducing her to purees and stuff at 5 months-ish, 5.5 months-ish. I would like blend some fruits and give her, and she tasted out. Blend some spinach and carrots. I actually have a Pinterest board that I'm going to link that has like, how you can wean, what you can introduce, how to cut it, things I'm learning every day. And yeah, so I'll link it in the bio as well. Is breastfeeding as easy as it looks? um it's I want to call it a learning curve, because it looks so instinctive, like, yeah, but you have to learn the right way to breastfeed. Like, I didn't even know there was a right way. What I missed out on that I'm going to recommend every mommy gets is Mama Mudoni. She's on Instagram. She has the mothership village, and she's a lactation expert. Somehow, in my haze of postpartum, I forgot that you can actually get consultations for lactation. And she's really good. She does all these things. She has classes, she has breast milk challenges for you to increase your milk. Um, Funny, I also have a breastfeeding breastfeeding board for Pinterest, which I will also link. But for more professional advice, please talk to Mama Mudhoni of the Mothership. She's the one who knows. She's like the OG on that stuff. Any advice for a mom to be or a new mom? Damn, this is a tough one. Buy lots of diapers. No, for real. Look, you will never have enough diapers or wet wipes. Buy lots of diapers. Buy lots of wet wipes. Enjoy the moments. They are so fleeting. One day they're little and you're holding their neck. The next they're headbutting you with their whole face. Um, Take all advice with like a pinch of salt and trust your instinct. You are this person's mom. You're the caregiver. You know what they need, when they need it. You know if something's off. Um, you know if something just doesn't feel right. You're the one who know the most, and you're the one who knows this person best. So trust your instinct. Research, but don't over research and like self-diagnose and things. But research is your friend. Plug into a mommy community. I have one called Kendamaito, and I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. And it's just a mommyhood community where we talk about real ish, about being a mom, the challenges, the fun, the good, the bad, the ugly, because it's ugly. And take everything in stride. Give yourself grace. Be kind to yourself. You know, you're new at this as well. I saw a quote that said, when a child is born, the mother is born anew as well. So you're a new person. Don't beat yourself up. You're not doing anything wrong. You're doing the best you can, and that is more than enough. How do you handle having work and a baby? Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. I'd like to mention, thank God for good bosses. Thank you to my bosses. They really gave me so much grace to struggle. They gave me so much leeway to be able to go home and nurse and feed and leave early if I was feeling out of it. It was hard initially, but I can say I tried not to bring work home. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I tried to say, like when I'm done with work, I close my laptop. That's the end of work unless work follows me home. But I try not to carry work home. I always carry a pump. Don't laugh. I have a pump in the car because sometimes, man, I just need to pump, and that breastfeeding headache from not pumping is madness. Take it easy. You know, you've just had a child. Give yourself some grace. I always keep saying, give yourself some grace. And don't feel like you're losing the balance. You know, it's, of course, balancing is not something you're going to learn overnight. Just take your time and figure it out, figure out the dynamics, and soon you'll be very able to work and, you know, come home and still be a parent. It's not easy, but you'll have the grace. Any tips for nannies? Tips for nannies are, don't be scared of switching up and looking for new nannies. If you don't like find one who vibes with your kid, don't stress, like don't fret. Just don't be scared of changing your nanny and finding a good one for your kid. Don't doubt your instinct when it comes to a nanny, you know. It's tough. People go through like several nannies at a go, but if you find a good one, just keep her, appreciate her, treat her, spoil her. I have a really good nanny and we go everywhere together. I mean, like, I do everything with my nanny. So, yeah. Did you at any time struggle with the baby developing a fever abruptly? Yes, I did when my daughter was teething, which she still is. I'm looking there because she's in bed. Like she sleeps like a log. I love it. When she was teething, I had a really hard time. But for fevers, I can say always have a thermometer. Um, check regularly, make sure they're okay. Have a wet cloth to dampen their faces and everything. Undress them, remove heavy blankets. That's what's worked for me. Mm, what brand of diapers do you recommend using? Diapers are such a slippery slope because it really is, you know, your child, their skin, what they react to. We use Nelly and Co. We had a few problems earlier with finding good diapers, but we finally settled on Nelly and Co. And they work amazingly for us. I'll show you in a bit. Ugh, I'm getting a cold. My nose is stuffy. How to balance self-care and being a mom. So, for me, when I first had my daughter, I really let myself go. I didn't get a manicure, I didn't get a pedicure, I didn't get my hair done, but um, you just have to find pockets of your day to take care of yourself, to rejuvenate, to make sure you feel like yourself. So I kind of just started, taking time. Maybe on a Sunday, I do a face mask. In the morning, spend a few minutes, mm, what is it called? Taking care of my face, but also soul care, like finding time to go out alone, to take myself out on a date, to hang out with my friends. That's also self care. Um, Finding time to read, finding time to journal, read my Bible. Like now, when she's asleep like this, I find time, I read my Bible, I'll update my prayer journal, catch up on a few series. So, you just have to like create that time for yourself and like not let yourself go because you still need to be in top tier shape to be a good mom to your baby, not just physically, but also your soul needs to be good. Honestly, how bad is being in labor and giving birth? Hey, I can't speak on giving birth, but I can speak on labor. Labor was tea for tough for me. Uh, Birth experience, like I said, I had an emergency C-section, so it was really scary. So I didn't really push, but yeah. But birth, I can't talk about. Labor was the absolute ghetto. I remember the pain. It was really, really crazy. Okay, another question. Has your relationship with your own mom changed, like with a new perspective? Definitely. My mom and I are so much closer now. I I call her about everything, and now I value everything that she did, all the sacrifices she ever made for me, everything that she did for me, how she did it alone after my dad passed. I don't take that for granted, and we've become better friends. We fight less because I'm learning that it was also tough on her, as tough as tough as it is on me right now. I can't imagine how tough it was for her then. And I'm definitely including her more in a lot of my decisions, um, because she has that wisdom, and she's always so supportive and so kind and so graceful, and she loves her granddaughter. I've seen like a side of my mom that is so soft. Grandkids have their way with their grandparents. It's madness. But I can say we've had a better relationship. Any names you thought of but you didn't pick? So I even have the list here. I wanted the names to like be, have a meaning. So there was Capri, Catalia, Shanisuki, Kelani, Onia for a girl, and Indigo. But for a boy, I really wanted it to, carry my late dad's name. So I thought of Kylo, Bernardandolo, which is my dad's name, and Champagne. I went through names a lot, but I eventually just decided on Sarabi, Lucille after my mom, and Champagne after me. um, yeah. Well, I didn't finish the vlog yesterday. Power went out. But what I can say is motherhood is a journey. It's so unique to everyone. And enjoy the journey, the good, the bad, the ugly. Soak it all in, enjoy it. Live through everything, enjoy each moment, although I know it's really hard. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share this with someone who you know it would impact, and I will definitely see you in the next one.